Douche water, douche water. Douche water, douche water. Douche water. Make sure see clean, keep it in order. Bitch, you shake like a bad, bust a can of biscuit. He said, see clean, it's toilet water. You shake like a bad, bust a can of biscuit. Douche water. You push it out and it ain't clear, mama. Douche water. Take it in, take it a little bit longer. Douche water. You finna call trade over. Douche water. It ain't clear, so you had to cancel, mama. Too much pressure, now I'm stressed. Water shower curtain doing jumping jacks. Roommate knocking, yo, you good in there? I said, mind your business, in for air. Douche water. Make sure see clean, keep it in order. You shake like a bad, bust a can of biscuit. Emergency mode. Why my body sounding like a trombone?
All right, douche water. What is going on, entertainers? I'm back. Hi. Okay. You already know what to do. Hype up the video and like the video. Okay. By the way, I want to say a shout out to Sydney. All right. I attended like this networking festival yesterday and I ran into an entertainer. Okay. Tell me why. You know what she said? I'm gonna clock your T, Sydney. She said that she followed me around in the networking event because she tried to peep if it was me or not. And then she was like, I'm sitting down, right? And she's like, do you make YouTube videos? And then everybody just started looking at her. I'm like, yeah. And then shout out to Sydney, okay? Because yeah, I went to leave because I'm not a big fan of networking events. I ain't gonna lie, because I feel like it's so fake. Like, it's just so fake to me. Like, I just cannot stand it. Because half of the people, they wouldn't even be talking to each other if we all wasn't in that one singular room. Like, just like, and it felt like a party. No shade to them. It felt like a party. Because I've been to other networking events that I loved. But this one felt like a kickback. And I'm like, is this networking? Is this a kickback? Because this felt like a club. But anyways, y'all, we doing the Hollywood Hot Topics. Douche water, okay? Out bar V, bitch. You ain't got nothing on me, okay? I could write a couple verses too. Oh yeah. All right, first I wanted to get into y'all is this whole K Michelle situation. We've gotten a lot of updates as of recent since the recent episode has dropped of K Michelle kind of going into a little bit more detail about this whole expose of who's trying to plot this scheme. Okay, we gonna say like scheme. You gotta say it like that if you're gonna talk about this scheme. And Nosh, which is the ex that was on the Queen's Court with K Michelle, recently did an interview with Cocktails with Carly where he talked a little bit about his dealings with K Michelle. He didn't want to be mentioned by K Michelle, even his dealings with Portia. With the amount of Africans and the drama that is brought in Atlanta, at this point, y'all need to do Young, Famous, and African. The last season, the season that's filming now, y'all need to also film in Atlanta. It would only make sense if we're gonna be honest. Why even go out the country? Just film it in Atlanta and then just call it a day. We could have Simon's back in Africa, but have Simon on there, have Shamia husband on there. Like the list of Africans go on and on that they would be able to use for Young Famous African because this is ridiculous. Now this Nosh guy basically says that and I watched the full interview, guys. He didn't talk down on them. He didn't bash them per se. He was kind for the most part. He just did not appreciate his name being thrown out on the show. That's something that bothered him. So let's just start right then and there, right? Now, in a part of the interview, he talked about how he felt K Michelle told him that she felt like she was being plotted against, right? Which kind of looks funny because K Michelle on the show, she's saying that she was told she was being plotted against. But this is what I think happened, y'all. This is my best guesstimation. Recently, K Michelle did an interview with Jason Lee. Now, in this interview, he told her that Phaedra and a couple other housewives contacted him about her being on the show when she was announced that she was going to be on Real Housewives of Atlanta.
You know, if you try it, this is the Bible says warning comes before destruction. Here is your warning. If you try it, be prepared to have an experience that you have never had before. Real Housewives of Atlanta was struggling. The last.
No, I don't know about that.
No,
like, I ain't gonna
no. I'm not. I'm. This is Jason Lee's opinion. I think once certain people started leaving the show, it was very.
It did. Season 14, season 14, even season 15, season 14 to 15 to me were bad seasons. So I agree with his opinion.
Very questionable if the show would succeed. When I heard K. Michelle was going over there, I was like, well, now you're getting ready to have a reason to tune in. I started getting calls from people,
yes,
cast members saying, hey, how you doing? I'm like, I'm good. How are you? They're like, oh, I'm good. How's the weather? I'm like, weather's great. What's the purpose of this call? They were like, K. Michelle. And I go, yeah, I know Kay very well. She's coming in the show. I know. What do you think? Let me tell you, she's going to be great, but she's not going to let you play with her. Yeah. And just so you know,
thank you.
If you try it, the Bible says warning comes before destruction. Here is your warning. If you try it.
So just off of that, I feel like, because to me, I'm not blaming you for the scheme, Jason Lee. I'm not sitting here saying that he was the scheme that Todd set up. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying sources like a Jason Lee and other people that are in media probably gave her a heads up about this plot against her. Okay, now back to Nosh the African. All right, so he talks in this interview about the whole plot situation as well.
That was not what happened. So she reached out to me and said, hey, I think they plotted. I was like, what? Plotting? Who's plotting? Like, plotting what? This was last year, while they were filming. I'm like, no, nobody's plotting nothing. What are you talking about? Like, and then she said that just don't give them nothing to have over me. I'm like, kid, I don't have nothing to give anybody.
And who would you give it to?
Exactly. I don't know. Listen, I was not part of it. I didn't know nothing about it. But that was just her. Like, hey, don't. I'm like, I'm not. That's not my.
So I wonder if
also, why are all the Africans in Atlanta so messy? Like, oh my God. Jesus Christ. If I would have ever lived there, like, you would avoid domestic Africans at all costs, because it's always something with that being brought up on Real Housewives of Atlanta. It's like the Real Housewives of Atlanta punchline at this point.
Episode that we saw last week, and you guys help me in the comments, but I wonder, the episode that we saw last week, was that someone called her or had a conversation with her? Was that you having a conversation with her? Was that somebody else?
No, I don't think we had a conversation while the camera was rolling.
Okay.
This was her, because I remember she had mentioned that, and I was like, no, I ain't got nothing to give nobody. But listen, since you say somebody's plotting on you, I think I'll let you know, since you guys are friends now,
right?
That, listen, Portia is my friend. And that was it.
Okay.
Right? And then she went ahead and asked all the questions, like, like friends will talk. Like,
well, like what kind of questions?
I decline.
One question.
I decline.
One question.
I decline. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Now, in this interview as well, and through some DMs, he basically says that K. Michelle and Portia were never friends. I don't feel like they were ever friends either. They were what I would call industry friends. They knew each other, commented on each other's social media. K. Michelle has even said this herself. That was not her good friend, where she would probably call her on the phone with an issue, a problem, or all of that. Like, that to me was not her friend. It still boggles the mind. I remember that first scene. I predicted it, y'all. I know I always say that, but I really did. Because this season, a lot of it wasn't spoiled. So we didn't see a lot of this stuff. Usually on Real Housewives of Atlanta, there'll be a leak and we kind of know what the storyline is given. This season, we didn't get that. But when I've seen that first scene of her sitting down with Portia, I said, this isn't going to go right, because Portia's not K. Michelle's type of girl. That airhead, she doesn't like those type of girls. So I knew they were going to end up being friends by the end of the season. And that's exactly what happened. They're really enemies, to be honest. Okay. So her being brought in through Portia, I really want to know the producer's mindset into doing that. And maybe it was to cause a little bit more drama, because Portia would then feel more offended about the scheme, okay? The fact that she's the one that brought her on the show, because when they bring you on the show, the producers just call you and tell you to film with it, or we're bringing such and such through you. Most of the time, and I know this because I know some women that live in Atlanta that are like high affluent or whatever, and they've tried to get through and go on the show, whatever, because they know some of the girls like on the show, but usually they don't recommend them because nobody wants to lose their reach. Because imagine bringing somebody and they find them way more entertaining than you, okay, way more valuable than you. Next thing you know, you're out of a job. You know what I'm saying? So 9 times out of 10, it'd be a lot of the producers that be bringing on their friends on the show. The only people I remember used to bring their actual friends on the show is like Candy. She used to actually bring like her real friends like to film the actual show, right? After this interview dropped, K Michelle was very upset. She went on a series of exposés of receipts that she has of him, right? Now the receipts contain of a recording. Now this recording basically sounds as this.
You know, like, so you don't just go out there looking blind, like you don't know what's going on. That was taught me something. I said, well, Kate, there's something I need you to know. Portia is my friend. This is what it is. I just want to keep you in the know. I was actually looking out for you. I was actually, you know, like, so you don't just go out there looking blind, like you don't know what's going on. That was taught me something.
This to me tells me that he's telling the truth because, like he said on that interview, he did say the same thing that he, in my opinion, said on that recording. Since Portia is your friend, this is what I'm letting you know. Okay? Portia is my friend. Too, I know Portia. We dated, blah, 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 blah. My problem is with this whole situation, too. K Michelle should never did the Queen's Court. This is why I don't believe in this open situation. Close it. I'm going to keep saying that. Close it. Straight up. Why is everything open? The fact that she did Queen's Court and that was the way for the husband that K Michelle is with now to see that she's not playing around and to lock her down. I don't like that. Because why I got to stray and run away for you to take me serious and know that I'm not playing? That to me is a little like, I got to do all that so I could get your attention. That's crazy. Hey, I don't understand. Like that show, they film for like a few weeks at a time. So she literally had to take a few weeks at a time. In my opinion, I really don't think she did it for that reason. Mainly, of course, it was probably for the money, but still for that reason to be partially to get his attention to see. So for him to know that he's not playing is kind of ridiculous. Okay, so the show Queen's Court shouldn't even have been done. And in my opinion, she shouldn't even have been in communication with him. Now, she claims that the husband knows all about it and he's standing on business for her. Okay, Love Island. He said, my husband is with all the smoke. He witnessed all of it. Every moment. We be over here laughing. Okay? And this was a reply to a tweet. He said, keep him coming, baby. I see they now trying to act like why she even talking to him if she got a husband. And that goes to show they'll always choose to move the goalposts when it comes to their faves. Oh, well. Y'all know Portia's not one of my faves. You know, yeah, y'all know this, okay? Call me biased, call me whatever, okay? But I just don't think K Michelle's doing this situation right. Because I saw in a recent interview, she said that, and this was the interview with Page 6, where y'all know the two white guys that be, you know, the two white twins. They be like, so what's going on with this scheme? You know, this scheme that's going on. Who's scheming on you? And then K Michelle was like, man, like, I found out that the main person behind the scheme was Drew. Now it's Drew. So I'm like, okay, now, like, we got to pick the culprit and stick with it. You can't just switch it up every 2 days. For one day is Drew, another day is Black, another day is Portia, another day is the African. Like, we got to pick one here, K Michelle. Like, we really do. Okay. Now, there was also some DMs that were released in regards to this whole interview situation as well. Before we get into the DMs, I will say, K Michelle, you earned yourself that first chair quick. Let me tell you, I already could predict the reunion seat. It's gonna be Portia on one side, K Michelle on one side. I don't know which, left or right. They usually put Portia on the left. it's gonna be those two separated. It's gonna be next to Portia. It's gonna be Phaedra. After Phaedra, it's going to be Drew. After Drew, I feel like they're gonna put Kelly. So then next over there is gonna be K Michelle. They're gonna put Shamia, Cynthia. Oh no, they're gonna put my bad. They're gonna put Portia, Shamia, Pinky, and then no, they're gonna put my bad. They're gonna put K Michelle, Shamia, Pinky, and Angela at the end. Okay, or switch Angela and Kelly swipe. So it's gonna be Angela at the end on Portia's side with Kelly on the end on K Michelle's side. That's how I feel like they're gonna end up doing it. Now she exposed this DM where it shows like a exchange of him talking about the interview. Say, hey Nosh, is your interview posted tonight? Mushlin, yes, it's been posted, but still coming through. Oh, would you still come on my channel? Hey Nosh, it's Mushlin. Do you have a moment to come on my channel and have more of a conversation? It says super shocked to be referred to as an ex, LOL. And so I feel like that's because she's new to the show. Portia has been on the show. That's why she keeps saying it's not her show. Yep, she's trying to find her buzz. Did you tell Kay that Portia wanted to go public? And Portia said, why do I always end up talking to somebody's ex? That's what she said you told her. Again, Delulu. That's not how that went. Well, again, Delulu. That's not how that went. She ran with the story in her head. And then a person said, well, let me ask you this. When did you date Portia? Stop worrying about what an ex is doing. Or did you date Portia? It definitely overlapped with Kay. I believe she's just reaching. And she and Portia were never friends prior to Real House of Atlanta. It did not overlap. At this point, this is a headache, okay? Now, also in this interview, Nosh also speaks about Simon, okay? Now, apparently, him and Simon are very familiar with each other. You know, the African community in Atlanta is apparently very small, okay? Child wonder if LCK from Zimbabwe is a part of the African community, girl. I gotta ask her. I'll be like, I see you're part of the community, girl. All right, so he said out of the respect for Simon, he did not want to be seen with Portia. So I guess this is why a lot of people were not made aware of it, except for the people that knew like it's behind the scenes.
Portia thereafter.
After.
Okay. Why didn't he want to be seen and with Portia?
Damn, people they just want to reach and reach her.
They want to dig to the depths of the soul of hell.
Okay, so we all know that Portia just went through a messy divorce, and the ex-husband is Nigerian, and I'm Nigerian. And like I said, it's a very small community in Atlanta. So add up the rest of the story.
So out of respect.
I know what I'm saying. Like
someone says, can he confirm if either women directly requested he come on the show as a love interest? His answer was unclear.
No love interest. Portia said to come because somebody's making her look like a hoe, like she's snatching somebody else's man or whatever. And I'm like,
so wait, Portia asked you to come on the show? Because
no, she asked if would you even do that if you're asked to, and I declined.
Oh, she gave you like a
Oh, that would have been messy.
Rhetorical.
Yes. Like, would you even want to?
Like, Nosh, would you ever want to give me $1 million if you want to? Kind of.
And we kind of talked about it, back and forth, and the whole 9 yards. And I shut it down. Like, no, I'm not coming on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay. That's ladies.
Yes.
I don't want to be.
And so,
all right, now to me, if K Michelle wants to savor her marriage, even though she says her husband is laughing, they're all both laughing about it. I just feel like a lot of the stuff, especially with her opening up about what she'll be able to accept in her marriage, and now this, there comes a point where, let's say, because this is the thing with niggas. Niggas are messy just as much as females. Pure point blank. They're actually messier, okay? So God forbid one day one of his homeboys like, man, your girl be online tripping, man, worry about other niggas, and she married to you, man. I'll put her in check. You need to get her. If one of his homeboys hits the husband one of that's where the insecurity is gonna start, going in, and it's gonna start causing some trouble. So I really feel like she needs to be careful of caring about too much in regards to this ex situation, because to me it's not that serious. We all know, Portia loves an African, and we all know Portia, she is she's a $5 discount type of girl. Okay, she doesn't steal items. She allegedly steals their guns. So this is something new. Like, you putting this out there, it's not gonna make us like, oh my god. Like, when she said it, I didn't even blink. I'm like, why are we talking about this? And to me, it's not as big of a deal, only because they are not friends. That's, to me, is the biggest picture in this. That's why it's like, I can't even be mad at Portia, because they literally were not friends. This is a little bit of this whole Simon thing all over again. It really is, but in a roundabout way, to be honest. Okay? Let me know what y'all think about this whole African ordeal, this ex ordeal, and this whole recording ordeal. Now, somebody who chimed in and gave their opinion was Little Mo. She feels like it was federal because Kim Michelle said 26 minutes of pure tape deliciousness. Don't be mad, I haven't started to tell. Federal activity. Sneak recording is nasty work. Shaking my head. The girls be going crazy thinking we forgot about what those men had said allegedly about that being tarred. My cousin said she gave original a face with a little tape energy. I can't unthink about that. LOL. My whole thing is, you recording somebody though. Why everything gotta be so criminal and hood? She ain't in the streets. K Michelle is a cop calling type of girl. That girl gonna record. She probably gonna screenshot. She might even wear a wire. Like, please. I guess. Okay. A lot of these girls are coming out because they really do not like K Michelle, if we're really gonna be honest. And K Michelle's rubbed probably some of them in the industry like a little bit, in not the nicest ways. I remember when Lil Kim said on Breakfast Club, she said K Michelle is like a bag of pecans. She's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, you will be like, not everybody is a fan, but I'm going to say this and reiterate it to the day I die. Okay, her music, you can never take it away. And that's just on like a Fendi note. Like, you just cannot take that away. You just can't. Okay. Let me know what y'all think about all that drama, y'all. And if y'all haven't watched my recap of Real Housewives of Atlanta, it is on Evner Entertains, which is my sister channel. Okay. Oh yeah. Anyways, y'all, let's talk about 808. Okay. Y'all, 808, y'all, is facing more criticism because Vinny, which is the co-owner of 808, I wonder what Quavo thinks about all this drama that be happening at V12. Who's the co-owner of 808, has some things to say to a former coworker, because of a former coworker putting out, a funny little quick TikTok saying that it's so funny what's going on with 808, because she at one point worked there, and she said that the club was empty. Okay, it was in a lot of people in there all the time, and she finds it hilarious how they're getting all of this backlash since she worked there and experienced what it's like. Which then he clapped back in not so nice way, and the way he clapped back too was telling a lot of her personal business.
Part of the first group of girls that got hired at V12 when they first opened, right? And it's so funny to see them going viral for all this shit now, because maybe after a couple months of AOA, I politely told them folks, I said, thank you for the opportunity. I'm gone. The amount of pumps of foundation I wasted, like, bro, that shit used to fry me. Restaurant empty. Anytime somebody walk in, it's sparklers, it's this and that. A waste of fucking time, for real. And granted, if you was in VIP, cool. I had no intentions. I didn't want to be a part of VIP. Like, that shit was, I'm straight. I just wanted the regular people with the bread to, Restaurant empty, like empty. That shit used to fry me. After a couple of months, I said, sister, we need to wrap this shit up. And that was the last club I ever worked at in Atlanta. That shit crazy. Things is going viral. 808, child. That 808
808.
shit used to fry me.
Why are you posting a video talking about?
And if y'all are not aware, it's AOA, not 808. There's a difference, okay? Promo the hat. Oh yeah. Apparently they got merch. You know, that man is a funny man. What restaurant y'all know got merch? Like, that's crazy. Now imagine Red Lobster just selling t-shirts that just say Red Lobster. You know what I'm saying?
The business and
What club?
negative light. But I get it. I understand. You see, Zeta worked here and she was dating someone that worked here. She lost her nigga to a VIP server. So if I was her, I would have some sort of issue with the VIP and I would be talking about they not making this and that too. Because your nigga left you for one of the servers who still works here, who's still one of the baddest, you know what, in the lineup, who everybody loves, say her glam look good, the whole nine. You know I'm not lying. So what the fuck you talking about? What you making a video online as if V12 did something to you? V12 ain't do nothing to you, love. I can't control who your nigga decides to date. She looks a lot better than you. Like I don't like that shit. Don't do that. Don't be making these videos about V12 when V12 ain't did nothing to you. It was an opportunity for employment. If it worked out, if it didn't work out, okay, cool. But let's not sit up here and make it seem like, you know, like don't.
All right. First of all, and we're gonna play her reply, which I feel like was very smart of her. Now, this is a girl who has a brain because she used this as a form to promote her business. I said, I know that's right, because everybody's looking for her reply. Situations like this trigger me only because I've worked in like the restaurant / like food business. And just 9-to-5s in general. What I don't like when it comes to management, they make stuff so personal. Her saying that about you and your business, what the hell does that have to do with the nigga that she was dating with there that went to and grabbed some other like what? Like how why didn't he address the fact that the business was empty due to us just first starting off? We were still gaining clientele. You know, it's a lot more busier now. You get what I'm saying? Like something a little bit more professional. Like this is why like certain 9-to-5s and stuff, I'd be so scared to start working certain 9-to-5s, not even because I'm lazy, because I've worked, let me tell you, at one point, I remember when I was a manager of whatchamacallit, of Domino's, I literally slept there and opened the night after. Nasty, I know, right? That's how much I was worked like a slave. Yeah, okay? Because I couldn't find nobody to open for me the next day. But so it's not like I'm lazy, but it be the personal stuff that irritates me. It's the fact that like you can literally have a supervisor, a manager that hates you for something personal and nothing dealing with the job. That's the part that like it triggers the out of me because I cannot change that. I've worked with management before. It was like they see that like I remember one time he was like, "Oh, you have like," he was like, "I see that you really have like, you know, this is him, like an entrepreneurial like type mindset and like yeah, you know, I like that, you know, about you kinda hating ass nigga. You get what I'm saying? Like little stuff like that that you pick up on. Like you're a hater. Like straight up, you're a hater. Okay, so that's the stuff that irritates me. It's not even doing the work. It's dealing with the personal personalities of the people and them not like you for something that you can't change or who you are. Not the workload that I'm putting in and the effect that I have. Anyways, she replied back and told us everything, y'all, and also promote her floral business.
I'm up.
808.
I'm really not even internet, so this shit is so funny to me. Like, ain't no way he was on live foaming at the mouth in that big ass hat and that little ass shirt about me. Mind you, he made up an entire story. I'm about to tell y'all. Hold on. But before we get into that, I'll be remiss if I didn't promote my shit. I'm gonna make a floral ode to Vinny's mad ass and explain to y'all how V12 and my experience really went, right? Because genuinely, in the previous video I made, I didn't even say anything. like negative. So I'm so confused. All I said was the restaurant was empty. And no shade, the restaurant be empty. Like it don't be no people in the restaurant. But nonetheless, let me get started in technology. I'm a florist, and at a floral design studio, we have different selections, but it's only right for this one that I use the petite version, because little man syndrome. So I didn't learn about V12 in the classic way. Like one of my old managers basically put me on. I was like, oh, there's a restaurant opening, yada, yada, yada. And I know the manager or the part owner, Minnie's sister, and I could put you on. So I'm like, bet, like, why not? I'm gonna go get some coffee. Went to the interview, it went great. They was like, oh, you're articulate, blah, blah, blah. And I am. I know how to speak. I'm not an idiot, like my friend here who was stuttering on live. Um, so yeah, I was like that. I was genuinely excited to be in a new space, make some new money, meet some new people. I did not know any of the staff going in except for one person. And that one person that I knew, he was my subordinate at a previous role that I had at Alma Minier, where I was the assistant manager, which is a luxury boutique store in Atlanta, not in the mall, no shade to the people that work in the mall. And speaking of the people that work in the mall, like, how dense do you have to be to talk shit about a demographic of people that will most likely support your establishment? Like, that just shows you the kind of clown shit that he be.
Now, in another video, in that same live that he went on, he basically was saying how she had like a mall job on the side while working there. And I'm like, I just feel like people who shame people for whatever work that they do, like, especially post-COVID. It's one thing, before COVID, I could kind of get it, right? Because we had a lot of opportunity. We had a lot of things that we could do. Now it's not the same. Straight up. It's just not. After 2020, the opportunities that are available, the things that you can do, the amount of money we can make from certain jobs and all that, it's just not the same. It's like it's changed. People are going to school and getting all these degrees and they can't find a job. Not crazy that they can't not find they can't get even an interview, bitch. Because all these jobs, if we really want to talk about it, they see that you have a degree and they purposely don't hire you because guess what? They see that you're a person of a higher echelon and a mentality that is very strong, and they want weak-minded people. Not that if you don't have a degree that you're weak-minded, but it's a little bit more likely that you would be able to be manipulated when you don't have that form of a higher education because you're so used to accepting a lot of the bare minimum. I've had managers who literally have told me this out of their mouth. So I'm not just going off of assumptions.
I'm going to call the guy I'm talking about Zoe. And Zoe and me, we're both Trinidadian. So naturally, we kiki and we laughing, like we making jokes and shit. But this shit was strictly platonic. Like, no shit. The nigga wasn't even my type. Like, and none of them niggas that worked there was my type. So I'm confused. Like, never fucked with none of them. They was weird to me. Like, they blew my shit at work, honestly. And to be honest, if you a male server, you got a type of stilo about you anyway. Baby, I'm cool.
I feel like she's trying to say, they're a little bit on the low, but this is my guess.
So this whole story about the bitch in lineup taking my nigga, like, are you like fabricated? Let's just call a spade a spade. He made that shit up. And also, in my previous video, I did not say nothing about them girls' money. I'm not a pocket watching ass bitch. I don't care. But let's get into it. In my short time at V12, the VIP girls, they were in charge of the VIP sections, whatever you call it, the big ass rooms where they would have like private parties and shit like that, right? To my knowledge, and I'm not sure if it's the same, it probably is because that shit is not lit. Like, let's stop making shit up. Like, nobody goes to V12 hard every weekend to catch a vibe and to drink and to, like, the food is weak, period. So when I was there, the VIP girls used to split the money. For example, if you make $1,500 a night in gratuity, because it wasn't loaded, babe. It wasn't loaded every night. Like, we trying to rewrite history, and that shit is frying me. Them hoes was busting that shit down. $1,500 amongst 7 girls is about $215. Like, sister, y'all was better off going to the mall to get an hourly job the way it was looking, because you was spending money on your hair, spending on your nails, getting your shit dry clean, tailored, tights, etc.
808.
And the it wasn't worth it. Like, to me, that's why I left. And besides the fact that, like, we had to stand up every day and be nitpicked by this clown, it was just annoying to me. Like, I'm like, why am I letting this loser ass nigga be on my dick? Like, oh, your shirt not iron, your makeup, da da da. I would never forget, right? A girl came in with no makeup on one day. And obviously the girl was tired, you know, like, because everybody had to work until 3 a.m. Like, the restaurant was quiet, crickets, and he was not cutting nobody. Like, you had to stay to the end of the night and do this fake ass side work. And so normally niggas was waking up the next day tired. They had to work that weak ass brunch that nobody came to with them stale ass waffles.
Oh.
And the poor girl was sleepy. Like, she obviously didn't have the energy to do her makeup. In lineup, of course, what would Vinny do, right? Call you out. Oh, this is not the establishment where you could come in here with a bare face. Mind you, the girl's skin was tea, like, cute girl. And he decided he wanted to berate her because she didn't want to wear makeup. So a bitch like me, you know what I did? I came the next day to work with no makeup on. And what was said? Nothing. Because he has a little man syndrome where he wants to nitpick on people where he feel like he could get over on. And I really genuinely hope them hoes is making money in that establishment now, because to sit there and let this nobody, for real, with not one business where nobody goes to, but two, Sovereign Suites, hello, the North remembers, like, this nigga's lame. Like, what? Come on. So this is the final product.
To me, this is like pure genius. When you know that you're going to have many people watching you, especially for something negative, you literally take that time to promote whatever thing you're trying to trollop on over and market, and you make sure to put that front and center. So now everybody's going to be checking out her floral business that's looking to get flowers. Like, genius. Okay? I feel like when it comes to that lounge club, whatever, he needs to wean off of socials. Because stuff like this will tarnish a business. People seeing stuff like this on the internet, they're not going to want to go. Just off of that strength. And it does not help that you are a part of the community. We already have a target on our back regardless. So having drama like this with women, oh my God, it's just going to add to the narrative. Oh, he hating on women. Oh my God. You just are making it worse. Okay? So I feel like every business does not need a social media like aspect to it. I know in the day and age that we're living in right now, if you do not have social media attached to your business, it does not make it successful, because you need that sort of marketing and you need that sort of push. But when it comes to like interaction in regards to knowing some of the girls and seeing some of the videos that were coming out and this whole lineup, things like that, I feel like should not be exposed to the general public, because that should be confidential within the business. So the only people that would know are the people in that room and that are working there, not us as an everyday person that may have wanted to go there. But now after I see this video, I don't like the way you're talking to these girls. I don't want to go no more. I don't want to support this business. So this to me it's like a form of self-sabotage, if we want to be honest. Okay, now let's talk Huda. I talked about this briefly a little bit ago. The Love Island cast recap will be tonight. The Love Island after show with the cast reveal will be tonight. Yes, you will be able to call in, stay up. It will be late. Thank you. Shout out to Kaya. Me and Kaya are hosting it, and also Eve. Okay. Now she released a song called Bad Girls. Right. I'm so sick of everything bad. Or everything gotta get bad. Okay. Can we have a good girl type of show? We have too much bad and baddies. Okay. The song, I'm not mad at it. Right. But when it comes to the video, I'm mad at it. And the reason why is it reminds me of Victorious. Y'all know not Cat Valentine. Jade. Y'all remember Jade on Victorious when she used to be like, and then you rock it, pop it down, and you make it like you drop it low. Yeah. Boom, ba, da. Everything's an isolation. Be back. I cannot, like, that to me was too much. That whole that that's too much for me. Like, okay, now, like, you get what I'm saying? Like, you are not Janet Jackson. Like, it's just it kind of distracts away from just the song in itself. Now, the scene I did like was that when the hair was down and the hair was crawling. I like that because that to me was like creative. But to me, Huda kind of failed in this. And the reason why is because I feel like Huda should have pushed a song that showed more of her vocal ability versus Bad Girls. Not every song I feel like that an artist puts out needs to show and prove to us that you're a bad bitch and that you are beautiful. We see that you yourself are beautiful. We don't need you a song of you saying that you are beautiful and you're a bad type of girl. Like, we see that by looking at you. Something like a ballad, I feel like would have really shown her musical ability with her, especially being trained like in theater. To me, that would have been more of like a stunt. And the reason why I'm bringing this up too, and speaking about Huda, even though I'm not a fan, is this Lizzo collab that she did with Sexy Red. Now, both videos were released around that same time frame, and to this day, because I want this to be updated, Lizzo's video with Sexy Red has 782K views. And Huda's video, mind you guys, if y'all don't know Huda, Huda is a girl from Love Island. Okay. So she was just on Love Island. That's it. Now, Huda's video is almost at 1 million views with 910K views. What does that tell you? Right now, music to me, I wouldn't say is well, no, it has gone to shit. I ain't gonna lie. Let me stop the capping. To me, it's gone to shit a little bit. And the reason why I say this is because the music industry, not music, the music industry has gone to shit because gone are the days where like the word celebrity is like respected and honored. It's not anymore. Anybody now can be a celebrity. You just need to end up being on a show. You need to have the clout and you can make it big. They didn't used to be like that years ago. Now it's like completely changed. So that in itself kind of shocked me because I'm like, wow, like these are two big artists. Lizzo's huge. Sexy Red is huge. Just was on Drake's album. Both dropped videos around the same time. Huda's fandom boosted. Now a lot of y'all gonna say, oh, it could be bots and all of that. Still, it's something to be said. Nowadays, too, one thing I do realize is you don't even have to be or make a song that's actually meaningful or something. You could just hop on a beat, say the most ignorant crap. Douche water, douche water. Okay? Bitch, you shake like a bad can of biscuits. Right? You hop on a track on a beat, okay? And it sounds catchy, hit. It didn't used to be like that back then. If somebody had put out Coconut Water in 2005, they would laugh at her. Songs like that, they used to humiliate people that used to do and put out little stuff like that, little dumb little jingles like that. No offense to Young Miami. If she would have put Spin That 2006, same thing. They would laugh at her. But gone are those days now. If it's trendy and it's catchy, you're winning. Okay. Speaking more music, it looks like Spin That has hit #1. Okay. I wonder how JT feels. I wonder how she feels. Because musically, I still think JT's more talented. I like the type of vibe that JT is going for. She is going for something a little bit more edgy, a little bit, to me, a little bit punk rock vibes. Numb that she recently released. I listened to Numb. I like it. It gives rave vibes. It gives, like, to me, I would compare JT to like a black female MGK. That's what she reminds me of, and the type of music that she's been putting out as of lately. But Spin That has been running the windmill all over the streets. A lot of people are calling it the summer song of the year. I feel like it's a tie between that, Coconut Water, Lotto song. So it's like a good mix between those two. If I were to give it to somebody, I would give it to Young Miami because people are making Spin That a trend. It's not even a song. It's a trend. People are saying it about in conversation. They're not even saying it just about the song. It's just, oh, Spin That. Like, it's a conversation. It's a point of conversation. So to me, she's really winning. I know she's happy as a mother, especially all the stuff that she went through and the internet put her through. She's been talking about it on interviews as of recent, saying how people have switched up on her when that whole Diddy thing had came out. So this really is her winning. Hopefully you didn't have to sacrifice any check-ins for it, Young Miami. We know how the girls do. Anyways, Boosie, y'all, is not too happy with her because apparently she ran off on the plug twice. See, spend that already. He booked her for an event, and apparently, after paying her a deposit, buying flights, doing promo and all that, she ended up pulling out.
Promoting. Yesterday, I did everything I was supposed to do. Today, I got a call from her manager saying she won't be able to make it. I basically asked him why. He said she had a show the day before and a show the day of, but me and Young Miami knew that. That's why I got her the flight to leave to make it to her show. But they say she's not gonna be able to make it. All I needed her was for a couple hours. She's like they saying that she won't have time to get herself together, and
Boosie stressed the hell out. He over there looking like Simon.
And she would want to stay at the party longer or whatever, but I mean, I'm pissed right now, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I'm pissed. It is what it is. Who y'all want? I mean, she did the right thing. She sent my money back just now, so I can't trip on it. She sent my money back. Guess she wanted to be at the party longer, not to let down her fans or whatever, but
I feel like, why is he making this a thing if she gave the money back? She could have easily kept it, especially if it was within the contract that the deposit was non-refundable. You get what I'm saying? Which a lot of people, they're not doing non-refundable, deposits nowadays. But the fact that she returned it, it's like, some people would not be that nice. You know what I'm saying? Some people are not that nice. So you should really be grateful, if anything, because now you really don't have a reason to be mad at her. Okay? She did a proper procedure by, informing you, although it was probably later than you expected, she returned it regardless. Okay? Now, there's this rapper that's been going off on Akbar and making disses back to Akbar since Akbar dropped Fiji Water. Okay? Which track do y'all like the best? Coconut water, Fiji water, or douche water? Douche water. Okay. He said his cookie clean. It's toilet water. Bitch, you built like a bad can of biscuits. Okay. Let me tell you, so I can really be a ghostwriter for real. Anyways, to me, her rap, I wasn't a fan of it. I do not like raps that sound like spoken word when you're supposed to be dissing somebody. Let's play it.
Times you gotta get ignorant, so hoes that you ain't friendly. She open her mouth, you knock her out before she finish her sentence. You finally met your match and it's a lovely day. For me to put a goofy, awkward bitch back in her place. They say you could fuck with me.
You see what I'm saying? Like, but I'm not mad at it though, only because Akbar V, y'all know she always is puffing her chest. So to have somebody puffing her chest back, it's kind of refreshing to see. She hasn't replied directly to her, but through a little shade, it said, they know I'm a star, not responding to the nobodies, which is, I feel like, is smart. You should never reply back to somebody who you have a bigger name than. Straight up. They're looking for that response so they could boost their engagement or boost their following up. So that in itself was smart on her end. So I'm not mad at it. Now, Ray J, I know I didn't talk about this, and this happened some days ago. He got knocked the hell out. Okay. I feel like celebrities now are doing a lot of things, not even now for money, but just for the vlog of it all. Because why would you do that? And not only that, aren't you supposed to be dying? You get what I'm saying? So that was all a lie, which I don't like that. You should never play around with death like that. No, that's not the one thing I would play around with is death. I never joke about it. I never like, oh, a death joke, like, oh, such and such dead, like, because it's so final. So it's like, why would you want to even like insinuate that or talk about days being left? Okay. Now he was left in the hospital by being knocked out with his fight earlier this week with Supa. Now he's recovering as well and had like a big caboodle on his forehead since. Okay. I still do feel like some of the stuff that he does is kind of like has me side eye and makes me think, is the powder donut still being done? Because what was the need of doing that? Because apparently there was a lot of bad business behind it when it came to like the money of it all, with some of the streamers and everything like that. So all in all, I don't think it was a good idea. Plus, now this picture now is going to be infamous of him having a caboodle on his head after being knocked the heck out. Let's talk Kevin Hart. I talked about this briefly, but this whole George Floyd comment, he's went on the Breakfast Club and was asked about it and addressed it.
It wasn't a tasteful joke to our culture, to our audience, but our audience that's watching the roast, if you're watching the roast, you get why they're doing it. You get why the racial humor is on the table. Like, it's not.
You know how I feel about comedy? Because I feel like I'm a comedian. I don't give a fuck. I think if you are a white person and you have to use race as a punchline, you are not a good comedian. There are so many things to joke about as a comedian, to me, on a black person than going straight for race. And there's a way to joke about race without it being so direct. You using a George Floyd example and a joke, you've been wanting to say that. You just waited for the time to go by so people don't be that much of a up in an uproar about it for you to say it. So you've been wanting to say a joke like this, to be honest. But I compare it to, y'all know Tanisha from Bad Girls Club, the fat jokes. Man, every reunion, man. Where are my chips? Yo, I'm hungry, yo. I'm mad hungry, son. I'm mad hungry, yo. Like, oh, I think I used some chicken. Like, that was never funny to me. I'm like, okay, like every punchline gonna be you being fat. That's like me using punchline on here, me being gay. Like, it's just like, it comes to a point where it's just not that funny no more. Like, so I do feel like, although it's a roast, them using race so much as some of the roasting jokes, that was lazy on the comedian's end. Because there's other things to joke about when it comes to his life. And the main, feel like, meat and potatoes in his life that you could really joke about, his finances, the gambling situation, allegedly, the women in his life, his height. There's just so many other things than him being black.
I wasn't shocked. Like, that's what they do. Go look at the Tom Brady one. Like, that's what they do. It happens every year when they do a roast. It's not new. This isn't it's not a new agenda. It's not a new approach to comedy.
Do you feel like Tony Hinchcliffe went too far when he made that joke about George Floyd?
It's Tony Hinchcliffe.
Yeah.
Like, I don't expect less. I don't expect more.
I feel like you're saying going too far is the point. I don't want to put words in your mouth.
Yes, I mean, that's why you're there.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate to say this, but I'm going to, because we're being honest. People are talking about that joke. Talk about his set.
This to me is pathetic. I'm sorry. And it's a little bit of a coon thing for you to say and defend it. Okay? It was unnecessary. Like, out of all the jokes you could have said, one being race related, you go for that. And if I was George Floyd fam, I really would try to see if there was a legal thing I could really do about this. Because now y'all mocking my family member death, thinking it's all keys and giggles and jokes. No, bitch. You get what I'm saying? Now, he did address this on Instagram and made a post because this clip went very viral about what he had to say about the situation. Okay, now he put on Instagram and said, "We're living in crazy times. Truth no longer matters, and it's pretty damn funny. Nobody does research. Everyone just assumes and runs with the narrative clickbait, even when the proof is right in their front of their face. Most will forever choose the lazy road of assumption, even when I clearly say that comics are comics and comics operate on their own. Nobody controls a comedian. Comedians do what they want and how they want. It's that simple. The rules to being a comedian are understood by all comedians. Enjoy your day. Hashtag live, love, laugh. P.S. New movie dropping this summer. Okay. Although comedians can do what they want, you can also defend what you want. I do agree when it comes to clickbait. A lot of you guys have to be very careful with the stuff that you guys are seeing on Instagram and on Twitter, and especially on TikTok. That's why I hate TikTok, because it's a bunch of lying ass people on there. The creators and the people that clip stuff. They'll clip stuff and title it and put a text on it saying that they're talking about somebody else whole time. They're really not. Whole time they're not even talking about that situation. And dumbass people will not do their research. Be like, oh, and run with it. Same with that Cam Shaw interview that dropped with Shannon Sharp. A lot of people think she was just talking about her and her husband screwing for like the whole interview. That was only at least 5 minutes of the interview. So I agree with what he says when it comes to clickbait. But in this situation, Kevin, you dead ass wrong. Okay? Let me know what y'all think down below. I'm back. Oh, yes. Stay tuned for Love Island content tonight. We back, baby. Bye.